over the course, 2 years ago, I had an opportunity to call Iowa and Kansas State. It was an NIT game. It was on ESPN. I called it with Jess Settles. Jess played at Iowa. And this kid, Josh Dix, was playing for Iowa, and he was great. He was really good. And he was one of their featured and most, their biggest contributor. And they won that game, and I think they won maybe another game in the NIT, but they got knocked out. And then last year was a down year for Iowa. But again, Josh Dix I think he led the team in scoring. He shot like 40% from three. He averaged like 15, 16 points in the Big Ten. Okay. But then Fran McCaffrey gets fired. So when Fran McCaffrey, the head coach of Iowa, gets fired, Josh Dix is like, man, where am I going to go to school? Well, this is where God works in mysterious ways. That's what Doug McDermott said, the head coach of Creighton. If Josh Dix doesn't get fired, he doesn't get the opportunity to go to if Fran McCaffrey doesn't get fired, Josh doesn't completely pivot and go to school at Creighton. Now, Creighton was the place where Josh grew up. He grew up in Council Bluffs, which, if you know Iowa and Nebraska a little bit, it's like Iowa and Omaha. It's like right 4 miles away from Omaha is Council Bluffs. Like, I'm such an idiot. I'm driving from the Omaha airport to campus. Like, you do one of those deals where you switch into Iowa and then you go back to Nebraska, at which point when I switch into Iowa, I'm so worried about my ability to find places. I'm like, oh my God, I got off the wrong plane. I'm in Iowa. Like, I'm like, no, you're good, dude. You're just keep driving straight. But Josh Dix was able to come home, transfer to Creighton, and be around a situation that's bigger than any of us. His mother, Kelly, was diagnosed with colon cancer 3 years ago, and she passed away on Wednesday. Now, there's really no way. You can't put that in a microwave or anywhere where you can make it okay. But you can look at the silver linings of things. And the silver lining is that Josh Dix got to play his last, the last 8 months, he has been home really close with his mom. Now, the story is this, like, not only has he been assisting his mom and his family emotionally for support, he's been playing Division I basketball in the Big East, averaging over 10 points, close to 11, but not having one of his signature years because of all this going on off the floor. Also happening for him off the floor. He has 3 brothers and sisters. One of them is special needs, and he's been taking care of this kid, with help from everyone else in the family. But he's been doing a lot of it. Like, Doug McDermott talked to myself and Jess, my broadcast partner, Saturday before the game. He said, this has not been anywhere near like a functional season for Josh as far as repetition, that we always talk, right? Like, what is your schedule? What is your flow? How are you competing like on a daily basis, right? What's your regimen? And he hasn't had one this year, but he has had the opportunity, obviously, to assist his family and to be there. She died Wednesday of last week. He played in a game Wednesday night at Georgetown on the road. And his first game back home was Saturday against Seton Hall. We're on the air at this time, but they announced his name into the starting lineup. And as I'm on the air, I can feel the ovation in the arena. Remember, his mom, Kelly, went to Creighton, graduated from Creighton in 2002. His dad had Creighton season tickets. And the kid goes into the game, and he plays his ass off. He's efficient. I think he had 16 points. He had gone through a stretch, guys, where this is one of the best three-point shooters in the country. And people didn't talk much about this because why would they? It's kind of dark. He had missed 19 straight threes, okay? Snapped out of it against Georgetown. And I think he was like 50% in this game against Seton Hall, something like 5 for 10 or, 4 for 8. I don't have the stats right here with me. But his team won the game, and they won on a buzzer beater. A buzzer beater won them the game. But one of the biggest reasons they won the game is Josh Dix is their best defender, too. And down the stretch, they couldn't stop this dude, Bud Clark, on Seton Hall, who's from Philly, by the way. So Josh is like not a sneaky defender. He's probably the best defender on Creighton and was one of the best defenders on Iowa. Again, don't let the looks fool you. Yeah, skinny white kid, whatever. Dude's lethal, okay? Lethal. And was lethal in the Big Ten and is lethal this year, playing with the heaviest of hearts in the Big East. But the fact that his team came together and was able to support this kid and was able to, be with him on the road. He's got a teammate, right? His teammate, Harper, right? Blake Harper. Blake's mom died of cancer 2 years ago. When Blake Harper was playing for Howard in DC. And Blake Harper was there on this team to help Josh Dix go through this. And it was emotional for Blake Harper. He was emotional 2 games ago. They had a pink out game in Creighton. But I say all that to just celebrate the game. And like, sports brought everybody together, gave Josh Dix support, gave a guy like, Blake Harper support, helped Greg McDermott navigate everybody. But you want to talk about an emotional week. We had a post-game interview we did with Greg McDermott, and I actually put it on the Pete Souza page if you want to check it out. Because it was amazing. But we're reminded so often, like, life is way bigger than sports, but sports can really help us out through life.